heavy. But it's awkward. Weight-wise, it's not heavy. It's just really awkward. But this is my composter, guys. Welcome to Duma's gardening life. We have our input and our output. Input is where I put all of my stuff in. The output is where I take all of the dirt that is in here. It's beautiful in here. And I put it in a pot or in the ground. And I just spin it once a week. But it was moving its location because it's been in my front yard. I don't want it there anymore. I want it in my backyard where my garden is and where we spend a lot of our time. Front yard is really just for, not really for looks, because my hedges need to be trimmed. Ow, I just smashed my finger. That's delightful. But it's gonna spend a lot of its time over here in the corner, in the shade. Or maybe it'll sit over there in the not so shady area. It needs kind of a lot of sun, so I probably should put it in this not shady area over there. So let's go do that. Here's the plus sign right here that I use to indicate that I'm putting all my junk and stuff in there. There's papers, carbons, all of that, nitrogens. And then in here, we have the one where we empty it. I don't understand why it doesn't have a minus sign, but you know, whatever. And it just looks like, well, you can't see it, but beautiful brown soil. Nothing is distinguishably something else that it shouldn't be. That's a rock. But dirt comes from compost. Okay, so we're gonna take this from here all the way around to right there. We'll even put some of those sticks and stuff in there. Yay! It's exciting. And my other compost is gonna go in the corner where we've already started it there. It's only got carbons, it doesn't have anything else in there, so nothing's really gonna happen with that. Here goes. This is really awkward, guys. Well, here's our new home. That's where she'll live. I'll clean up the space in just a second. Okay, so there she is. She will live here. Now, let's go get some composting stuff and put in it. All right, here we go. I've got some greens, some onions and a couple other things, some carrot tops that I pulled to put in here. Yes, I pulled carrot tops to put in here, but I was mostly checking on my carrots to see if they were viable to have. They technically are if you want just the greens, but I didn't pull enough to make pestos. So we're putting in nitrogens. Coffee is a nitrogen, even though it's brown, it's a green. So in it goes. All right, pull this out, and all of that goes. Some people say don't put your onions in, but I find it doesn't really matter. As long as you're making sure everything's mixed up really well. Onions are just as good as about anything else. Now, let's go get some carbon. Carbon. It's literally just what my work computer came in. All of this has been shredded up to be used. Now, here we are with our carbon, and we are going to dump it in there. So granted, you want about a 50-50 ratio as much as you can. There's way more carbon in here today than there is nitrogens. However, we're getting ready to mow the grass. It's been raining a lot, so we're about to have a metric ton of nitrogen to put in here, because you can use grass clippings as long as you don't treat your yard with a whole bunch of poisons. And we don't trade our yard with anything, and we don't have weeds, even though grass is like the #1 weed out there. And what most people consider weeds are actually forageable and usable things in our daily lives, like dandelions. That's the most widely known one that everybody tries to get rid of, and yet it is so much better for you than if you don't use it. All right, round 2, here we go. More carbon into the box. My husband just got home. Oh, we got some plastic from the kids' stuff. I did all of this on the table, by the way, on my lunch break. Currently on my 15-minute break from work. And there we go. Carbon is in. So now, put that trash in my pocket. Close this up. We'll give her a good hearty spin. You want to spin her 2 or 3 times a week if you're only doing 1 or 2 spins. If you're going to sit here and spin her 5 to 10 times, do it once. That's fine. It's not going to hurt anything. If you spin it more, not going to hurt anything if you spin it less. Just sometimes can speed up the process if you spin it more and add just a little bit of water. And I will show an updated version of the video once we get all the grass clippings in there too.